Everyone, this is BB with BB Love Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. I hope that you see me live. We're testing out some new live stream here, so we have all the team together that's testing everything, so we're going to see what we come up with. So just give me a few minutes and settle in. Settle on in, everyone. Okay, well, this has been what you call new territory. Territory that none of us have experienced before, but if you've had your gigs in other aspects of sports, then you can kind of feel what I'm talking about. The pandemic is a conversation that we can't always get away from, but sometimes you can give yourself a chance to breathe and you don't have to, like, just give yourself a break because it's going to be here with us. But with everyone in their gigs, and let's just kind of focus on sports here, we've seen the direction from others where they want to opt out of the regular season of various sports, and then others want it to go ahead. Well, at some point, we all are going to have to get used to a new normal, but there are safety things in place to do so. Like right now, I am double masked up. I did my whole immune system lifting and other things that have been working for me. And so when you're in a press box and you got everything from them, and that's one thing when I was talking about state athletics, when they sent out the communications, everything was well balanced, everything was communicated well, and I love that. I've been covering sports with them for quite some time, and so when you have that kind of feedback that is professional and it gives all the talking points that you need to do what you need to do, then you're in great shape. So I love that. On deck, though, I have my hand sanitizer. I have the spray hand sanitizer. I got these sprays, and just kind of keeping everything together. So everyone is our professionals here, and so we've done a really good job in keeping things together. I'm trying to keep my ponytail, not ponytail, but my poof puff together. I didn't feel like wearing that down, but I love it how they have it in here, very cool. With friends and family in the health and science. Follow the science, follow the health, and everybody's physicians are going to tell them different things, and everybody is different. But one thing is that they said, which I agree with, you need to keep things cool, not with heat, as many have had that information communicated. But I feel really good about my first time back here, and it's just been a really good joy. Now, we want to talk about, real quick here, in lovely Auburn, South Carolina, you're with me, BB Davis, at BB Love Sports, with sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. They redid the field. We're going to see if we can show that to you. And this is the field that was redone. The Willie Jeffries field at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. We had many people here at the games, and they were well socially distanced, and communications was great, got our stats done great. So I definitely again want to thank the South Carolina State Athletic Department for such a really calm, cool, collected, and professional experience. So I love what they did to the field, and some good reporting for the MEAC. We just came off doing Memory Lane, and there was a virtual for the CIAA. We covered 1020 Magazine CIAA for over 10 years. So the virtual experience, how they changed things for people, it's really, really good. So today, with my media credentials, we played the Bulldogs, Alabama A&M. Talking real quick about that game, in the first quarter and in the first half of the game, the score was 0-0. But collectively, the Bulldogs were doing everything right. They were getting the first downs. Not only getting the first downs, they were getting turnovers, sacks, all those things to put the momentum on. So even with losing some players in the pandemic, if you follow college sports and how some people are elected to be out, but then losing some of your defense, losing some of your offense, it was going to be touch and go. But for that epic loss of some players there for the Bulldogs, they still managed to hold Alabama A&M at 0. Holding them, even going through the other quarters where they didn't even attempt to try and do another touchdown, despite the score of 31-7. They opted for a 19-yard field goal. So beginning in, it was like 1st and 10 at the 30 for Alabama. South Carolina State did manage to get those first downs. There were a lot of incomplete passes made by Alabama despite the score, because the defense and offense was electric for the Bulldogs. And then from there, as it went on into the first half, you had small yardage plays. Wasn't big yardage plays happening in there. And then a lot of completed, again, first downs, 1st and 10. And then there was some unsportsmanlike conduct there with emotions getting high, leaving out of the first half, going to the second half. It was another quick touchdown by Alabama. But still, the long passes for both teams just didn't really work. It was overthrown, incomplete passes. So they had to go with the short passes, running it down to the end zone, trying to get in there. And when they didn't, then they didn't. And so the last field goal attempt was like 19 yards. So we got some third quarter stats that I want to go over. A lot of times I do love the fact of looking at time possession of the ball. And I was going to do my show live, but then, ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, it was like a lot of expletives, because see, we're up high in the press box. See, like if you look here and you look down, we are far up. Okay, we are far up, and the sun didn't manage to come out. Okay, sun didn't manage to come out, so we are far up. So I had some excitement over there with some of the season ticket holders, and they were doing a lot of expletives, and I kept having to apologize for the expletives, and I was like, you know what, just do the show real quick, do your POVs after the game. And so that's what happened, and that's where we are now. I will sit down and do my own overview in a more calmer space, because we're all kind of reaching for time here to get in and get out and everything like that. So here we go. In the third quarter, Alabama A&M, their first downs were 15. South Carolina State Bulldogs 7. We're just going to go through these real quick, and then we'll go intense afterwards. There were 0 of 0 fumbles for Alabama and 3 of 3 for South Carolina State Bulldogs. Time possession in the third quarter wasn't bad. It was 24 minutes 6 seconds for Alabama and 20 minutes 54 for the Bulldogs. Of course, with the score of 31-7, and the ball was in the possession of Alabama, they just ran down that clock just like every split. Okay, and then we'll be talking about The players, when I go into the stats in depth, I just wanted to give you a real quick rundown here. Now, the quickie stats for the final, first down for Alabama was 20. For the Bulldogs, 14. Okay? And then they had third down conversions, 3 of 10 for Alabama and 2 of 12 for the Bulldogs. Time possession for the final game, 29 minutes, 50 seconds for Alabama and 27 minutes, 49 seconds for the Bulldogs. So, it was just a matter of seeing what worked. Both teams had to do adjustments. When they tried to go long, overthrown, doing these short passes, connecting or breaking up plays, then that was a whole different ball game. So we will be talking about the players very, very soon when I do the sit down. But I think that what this showed is that when you get a complete handle of having the science, the medical team, professionals, doing different scenarios of what will work for media, what will work for the players, what will work for the fans, then you get a good cohesiveness. So I'm about to lock it down. More to come. Stay locked in. I want to do this real quick stat, and I'll be back. I'm about to take off my mask and then more full in depth. You can go on over to my official Twitter for more tweets and more tweets to come after us. Peace and love, everybody, and more to come. You're with BB Davis with BEBELUVSPORTS, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion.